My name's Silveira, and I had the good fortune of coaching Tony in high school, and it's great to see all the boys here that I coached and see how you've all grown up to be such good young men. When I received a call from Anthony informing me about Tony, I was, as you might expect, stunned and deeply saddened. It had been over 10 years since I had seen or spoken to Tony, but when you hear news like that, the elapsed time seems to disappear, and you immediately recall the times we spent together. I can still vividly recall the first time I met Tony Gratton. Anthony Lowford had brought him into the weight room to introduce him to me. He had actively been persuading him to leave De La Salle, where he had started his high school years, and come back home to Alhambra. Standing before me was this big, rangy redhead with a wide, engaging smile. Anthony made the introductions and proudly exclaimed that Tony would be joining our team, and I was going to be plenty happy about it. At the time, I noticed an air of confidence about him, but with the confidence came a healthy dose of humility, as I could feel his own embarrassment when Anthony was proclaiming his athletic prowess to me. I thought at the time that here was just a young guy just trying to find a place where he could fit in. It didn't take me long to realize what a great addition to our program this strong, affable young man was going to be. Not only was he gifted athletically with tremendous strength and agility, he also became a great teammate and friend. He was a natural leader that led by example. No one worked harder or tried harder to improve himself. He was totally unselfish, willing to do anything to help the team. As a coach, I of course appreciated his great talent. Even without Tony Gratton, our 1990 team was going to be exceptional. But with him, we became, in my estimation, one of the all-time great teams in our school's history, certainly the best I've ever coached. His individual accolades were many. He was an all-state performer his senior year, earning a full athletic scholarship to San Jose State. He will go down in Alhambra's football history as one of the best football players the school has ever produced. But much more than his outstanding athletic ability, what made Tony Gratton stand out was his character. The type of person he was and the way he conducted himself endeared him to his teammates and coaches. You just couldn't help but like the guy. He was genuine. He cared about his teammates, and you knew he cared. He loved being a part of our team. He wanted to be a part of something good. It never was about him. He realized he was an important part of the team, but that was the crucial point. He always considered himself as an equal part, and he never put himself in front of the needs of the entire team. At football workouts earlier this summer, soon after hearing of Tony's passing, I gathered this year's varsity team around me and told them the story of Tony Gratton. No one on this year's team was even born when Tony began playing for Alhambra, so they really didn't know him. I told them that they should aspire to become the kind of teammate Tony was, and if he was here today talking to them, he would tell them how he loved playing for Alhambra, and he would be rooting for them to have a good season. Then I told him after the morning's workout to go by the championship team photos of the undefeated teams of 90 and 91 that are posted in our locker room and football office, and look for number 57, and that we will dedicate our season to our fallen brother from the past, and remember the really important things we get from playing football. I've been to 6 funerals in the past few years of players of mine who have tragically lost their lives at a young age. Each occasion was a very sobering and constant reminder of how precious time is for all of us. Tony's death shook me more than the rest. He was a special person to me, and for some reason, I just am having a hard time coming to terms with his death. It's a funny thing how some people can affect you in a way that you would never have realized. I wish he was here right now and I could talk and joke with him one more time. Every day when I go to work, I look at his pictures celebrating with his teammates after our Coliseum games. I will always have a good thought for number 57. I will remember his super attitude, his infectious sense of humor, and his huge heart. What a cruel irony that this big heart, which was one of his best traits, would eventually fail him in much too short a time. I know this much. In the short time that I had the pleasure and privilege of knowing Tony Gratton, he has left a lasting impression on me. His soul and spirit epitomize everything I want Alhambra football to stand for. His legacy will live on with the wonderful memories he has provided all of us on the field and off. Thank you for the honor to speak at his memorial, and a special thanks to his dear friend Anthony for putting on a special tribute to his close friend. And to Tony's family and friends, I am so sorry for your loss.